Manchin want bipartisanship with the Republican Party when the Republican Party don't even know who they are anymore. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click that subscribe and click that bell button, baby, so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Subscribe, click the bell, so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Make sure you click all, please, because I know some of you guys are telling me you're not getting notifications. Tonight, I have an interview with a Palestinian comedian, actress. Her name is Jennifer Jaje. It's going to be tonight at 7 p.m. CST. So check your local listings. So that will be 5 p.m. California time, 8 p.m. New York time. And I'm sorry if I'm skipping your time, Mountain, whatever. Look it up. I'm sure you know you guys are smart. So please stay tuned to that. It's going to be tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I want you guys to watch this clip, and I'll come back with some more.
Sarah, do you agree with the Congresswoman's tweet?
She may be speaking accurately to a really depressing reality, but I don't appreciate her term of patty cake, because I think the problem is right now when people want bipartisanship or they want to elevate themselves and operate with a more reasonable mind or a little more moderate as both parties swing really hard to both ends. That's not being naive. That's not being a pie in the sky. That's exactly what this democracy was designed to do. I find it highly limiting that there are only two parties, because if you don't fall in one or the other, then people need you to call yourself something or they don't understand you at all. And I think the fact that if you read Joe Manchin's op-ed, the spirit in which he was addressing this voting act that he voted against was not as simple as he doesn't want rights for people. He actually made a very clear academic argument for how fragile our democracy is. And if we don't understand after January 6th how fragile the democracy is, maybe we should rewind the video a little bit. So I actually appreciate someone that does that. And although President Biden has not been successful yet in having a ton of cross-the-aisle success, he has not changed what he ran on, his tone he's approached it, the conversations he's having, the optics. The rest of it, getting a success, is math. And it's also proving to be a cage match. So sadly, I think with Mitch McConnell saying his one goal is to 100% stop this administration, I don't know how else you do move forward at this point, but most of the time, I'm more of a Joe Manchin about this.
But we're talking about whether bipartisanship is a waste of time, given the issues that are facing us as a nation. What I think is interesting is Joe Biden is still willing to reach across the aisle to people who don't even believe he is the duly elected president. So I'm glad to see him continue to try, because you don't want to be the people who aren't trying to do it. I always feel like, you have to keep going back and back and back each time. And you'll come to a point, maybe after the first year of his presidency, where he'll take a look over and say, I've tried with y'all and you don't want to be bothered. So now we're moving on to something else. And I know there's a lot at stake. I heard what you said, Sarah, and I have to tell you, this man voting against the Voting Rights Act, nobody knows how fragile democracy is than people of color. Nobody knows better than us, because we know that we had to fight folks who tried to keep us from voting, who tried to keep us from participating in the America that we all had been born into. So this is one of those things where it's really hard to watch Democrats say, no, I'm not going to do it. It's a fragile democracy. Joe Manchin has no idea how fragile the democracy is, because nobody's ever tried to take his freedom to vote.
So Sara Haines did mention his op-ed, and I was reading his op-ed until he mentioned the Founding Fathers. Baby, I don't care about the Founding Fathers. We often put the Founding Fathers here in a positive light. We often put the Constitution here in a positive light, but we never talk about the racial ramifications that the Founding Fathers did to Black people here in the United States of America. We never talk about that. They never teach that in schools. And then, like in his op-ed, he wants to talk about bipartisanship. In my opinion, and I agree with Whoopi, Joe Biden is probably one of the most bipartisan presidents we ever had. Although people may tear him down, Republican Party, although, the people who didn't vote for him or support him in the election, like, he is willing to actually reconcile and skip the emotion part and be cordial and be a leader and say, you know what, we're going to work with another. And again, why are we including Republicans and this whole voting act when Republicans eliminated the Democratic Party for participating in acts that they've done themselves. I mean, do y'all recall that they limited voting laws in Georgia, Arizona, Florida, Montana, and the list can keep going on and on. And so he also said in his op-ed in 2017 that the Democrats wanted to oppose the filibuster, but here in 2021, they're saying something different. I just don't understand where we are going, in this world with this. It just doesn't make any sense anymore. And I'm happy Whoopi school and shut down Sara Haines. She seemed like to be a likable girl, but I don't know if y'all know her husband, Max Schriffen. He blocked me on Twitter, but if you want to know more about her marriage, please look at his tweets. His tweets is no different than Tamara Mowry Housley husband, Adam Housley. His tweets are very insensitive. I'm just going to say insensitive due to censor relations here on YouTube. His tweets are insensitive towards, people of color, the Black community. And I've challenged him on Twitter when I saw some stuff. And then, I'm starting to think that maybe her husband is also giving her advice, just like Meghan McCain husband gives her talking points on The View. But anyways, y'all, I really don't have much to say about this. The Republican Party is broken. You have Elise Stefanik that's selling her soul. That was actually a more of a John McCain Republican than a Trump Republican. But that's what some people do when they want to reach clout, when they want to reach favoritism and stuff. And the whole wide audience of Republican Party now is evil. So favoritism is evil at the point. So like I said, tonight, I do have an interview with a Palestinian actress, a comedian, a writer. And so she's going to tell us about her time in Palestine and Palestine. She lived in the West Bank for over a year and a half. She's a Palestinian American like myself. And we're going to have her on tonight at 7 p.m. CST. Is going to be a live stream. So you'll be able to ask her questions. And she's also having upcoming shows, since the pandemic is opening up. I believe she's doing her show in California. And I do have a lot of viewers in California. I've watched her shows on YouTube, and it's very educational. It's informative, and so it's something that a lot of people can thrive on and get informed and educated on, for those that don't know anything about Palestine and the culture and so on and so forth. So please stay tuned to that. It's going to be tonight at 7 p.m. CST. Please do subscribe and click the bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. I'd also appreciate your support on patreon.com/JOAJOA. In the future, I'm going to be putting interviews on there so, I can give y'all something of value. So if you're interested in that type of situation where you can be the first to see the interview, please go on Patreon. This interview, of course, is going to be live, so everybody's going to be able to see it. So I hope to see you there. Deuces. Yay.